YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Look at Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes when you own some shit, you gotta check your co-hosts when they're out of pocket. And yes, even if it means doing it publicly. Now, the one thing we gotta give credit to Cam and Mase for is these guys are always consistent. No matter who you are, no matter what your role is, these guys will make sure they apply the same rules to you that they do with everybody. You guys remember last year when Cameron was heated at Melissa Ford on the Joe Budden podcast when she tried to make assumptions over a story Cam told on his show. Cam told a story about going to a certain spot. Melissa Ford then went on the Joe Budden podcast to assume Cam was doing some other shit, trying to put a nasty label and a nasty title on his jacket. Turns out Cam simply does not like any hypotheticals or any what ifs. While they were talking about the on-court scuffle that happened between Klay Thompson and Ja Morant, which if anybody watches basketball, you know this is just a carryover from their beef when Klay Thompson was playing for Golden State. Golden State and Memphis have a rivalry. These guys will go at each other, talk trash, but at the end of it all, it's still all basketball. Nothing more, nothing less. So when these guys heard their co-host Trezor Wilson, aka Stat Baby, trying to allude that their beef might be personal, or maybe Ja might have said something about Megan Thee Stallion, they immediately had to shut it down. Here's what they said.
This exchange between Ja and Klay, it seemed a lot more personal to the point where I didn't even, when they translated it after and said that he called him a bum, I truly thought that he might have said something about Meg or something, because the way that Klay looked, he was pissed. So just seeing that and just kind of how that interaction went, especially knowing how good of a player, I don't want to say, Klay is, it was something else there that just made me feel like, damn, I don't really know how I feel about
the whole shit.
No, I did, because that's how it looked. Because I was like, dang,
power. Black woman power.
No, because where I'm going with this is that there are some words that you say that don't really offend somebody versus do, and then for whatever reason, I just felt like bum really. And then even what Klay had to say after.
Why are you gonna say something about his mother or his father?
It could be that too.
You just the
recency of how things have been going and seeing how he's been also sticking. I was just like, damn.
Status getting paid by Black Girl Magic.
No, I'm just saying what I see. I was like, damn, for Klay to react the way that he did he just call him a bum, or was it something else?
Shout out to the Black girls. Shout out to the Black girls, Stab. You want to give them a shout out?
No, I'm just saying that's how it looks. But even if it was just that cool, but I'm just like, that exchange was just a lot to me.
This Klay Thompson going back to Golden State, been beefing with these niggas though.
Yeah.
This ain't like no one-time thing. I remember he got kicked out. He's waving up, get a ring. Yeah. Somebody on their team arm got broke before on Golden State, a rookie or something. Like, this shit ain't really no new shit between Klay Thompson and the Memphis Grizzlies. This been going on for like 3-4 years.
I just think at the point of how we've seen where Klay is going, timing also makes a play into here too. So the way that I viewed it, I'm just like, that hit him differently. That's how I viewed it. So
yeah, it's like beefing with somebody that you've been beefing with for the longest, but every other year you've been beefing with them, you've been producing. Now you're not producing, and the same argument is going on. So that's why you got to take it physical when you're not the same player. This is how people are in the park. When they no longer can play, they start fouling niggas.
But to Klay Thompson's point, you ain't the same player, nigga. And you young. And you, as a matter of fact, you not even playing.
Yeah. You're right. So that's even a better point. He said, I'm older. That's why I'm not playing. Why are you not playing?
Yeah.
And I could see that argument going on and on. But this is why you got to retire. Because you got to leave out when you're great so people can speak of you in a great way, if greatness is what you want to be spoken of.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then just gonna wrap it back to kind of what you were saying earlier, because we saw Ja wasn't playing in this game. The quote you said, whoever exalts himself will be humbled. And I'm just like, Ja gotta you got a lot to figure out. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at
And
that.
Stat, you can give a shout out to the black girls. We support the black girls here, Stat. You don't have to sneak Megan in.
I was just about to say we definitely support black females, but for you to just
we knew that though.
Yeah, but you just threw a name in there like you was a lip reader.
Nah, because I'm not a lip reader, but the things these lip readers be uncovering, I was like, damn, you sure you just called him a bum? Because damn, like, how did it get to that point? But I mean, y'all know where I stand, and I know where y'all stand, and we all stand on the same plane.
They call people bums every day, Stat.
Yeah, but this one just looked a little personal. That's all I had to say.
Now, props to Cam and Mase for shutting this down, for not trying to use Meg's name for clout, to be messy, and also these guys do not want to sound uneducated, especially when you call yourself a sports platform. Now, even though Stat is young and she probably doesn't know the history between Golden State and Memphis, you gotta know when to just fall back on a topic that you're not educated on. Now, I do want to shoot her just a little bit of bail. Last week, Klay Thompson called out Pat Beverly and his podcast host for speaking on Megan Thee Stallion in a very nasty way.
He ain't talking about Klay Thompson. Y'all steady trying to get him a pass. I ain't never seen Klay not shoot it like this. And for him to say I'm out of my prime, like, come on, Klay, like, come on.
He said that?
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah, he's got a beautiful target. Speaking of BBL.
Yeah.
I'm from West Virginia, man. I've been taught a lot by some old folks, old white folks. It only takes one pussy to drag a battleship across the desert. That's how powerful it is. So
most wars
it got something to, you know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson, I ain't saying that's what it is, but that might be what it is.
He said referring to my girl as pussy is so disgusting and disturbing, especially from someone who played in the NBA. How would y'all feel if I referred to your wives in such a way? Pat Beverly, do better, fellas. Very disappointing. So maybe Stat saw this headline going around and she thought, oh, well, maybe other NBA players are also dissing Megan Thee Stallion in front of Klay's face. That was simply not the case. Ja Morant called Klay Thompson a bum. They went back and forth dissing each other. Back in 2022, after Klay Thompson and the Warriors won the NBA title, Klay did an interview where he called Ja Morant a bum.
There was this one player on the Grizzlies who tweeted strength in numbers after they beat us in the regular season, and it pissed me off so much. I can't wait to retweet that thing. Freaking bum. I had to watch that. I'm just like, this freaking clown. Okay.
That's the backstory of this whole thing between Klay Thompson and Ja Morant. Nothing to do with Megan Thee Stallion. So props to Cam and Mase for catching it early on and shutting it down before Stat tries to make this thing into a Megan Thee Stallion / black women thing. You guys get in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later, man.